Hello and welcome to another episode of Women Locked Up Before and After. I actually have 100 videos on here right now. And of course, if anybody's been watching any of my content, yes, I understand it's probably boring because they were long, and that's before I knew how to edit and everything else. Now I can edit and get them a lot more shorter. And the thumbnails, of course, and all that. I didn't know all that back then, so I introduced this channel about a year ago. Not the prison channel, but my channel, as Low Battery. I introduced the prison channel about 6 to 8 months ago, and I'm so disappointed that I'm still not at not even 500 yet. I'm close, but not there. We'll talk about that. First time on the run. And was it worth it? Well, first of all, I actually didn't know I had a warrant on me. I knew a person that could actually, I knew a person that knew a person that could check and see if I had a warrant out on me. At first, it kept saying there was nothing on there. And somebody told me that if I went to my PO's office, she would talk to me. She would try to fix it. I didn't believe that. I wasn't falling for that. I said, I'm not going back to prison. I can't do this. Well, I went on the run. I just got my taxes also. And somebody actually let me rent a room in their apartment. They actually way overcharged me because they knew I was desperate. They knew I didn't have nowhere to go. They knew the law was looking for me. I was stupid enough to actually say that that's why I need all this stuff. I mean, when you're on the run, you don't think about a lot of things. You just want to get out of anywhere the cops can see you. You just want to get in somewhere and just hide. That's one thing that I do not miss, is having to look over my shoulder every 5 minutes and see a popo somewhere or something. But yeah, I asked them if I could rent their room. Well, actually, I told them I needed somewhere to stay, and they offered me to rent their room out. I did. I paid them. Actually, they wanted me to pay them. What was weird, they wanted me to pay them 2 or 3 months in advance. And I thought that was kind of strange, but like I said, I wanted to just get in somewhere and be there, whatever, be safe. So I did it. And then they come along wanting another $50 here, another $100 here, another $200 here, because they had a gambling problem pretty much, because they went to bingo all the time, and they pretty much, gambled their money away. But that wasn't my responsibility. But I wasn't trying to argue with them, because guess what else? I knew they had a gun in the house also. I actually seen it one day. I think it was her old man that was cleaning it or something. He was doing something with it anyway. And I knew there was a gun in the house, and I'm on the run and all that, so I'm just trying to keep peace with these people. Well, by the time I finally got to even sneak out of there, you won't believe what I had to do to sneak out. Okay, there was only the woman there, and I was in that room that I rented out, and I made sure she was asleep. I could hear her snoring, and when she snored, I knew she was like dead asleep. I got the screen open somehow, and I don't remember who even picked me up. I just know that I got out of there. I opened the window. They took the screen off, and I opened the window up real light so she couldn't hear. But we opened the window, and I was like, freedom. But not real freedom, of course, because I'm on the run. But I was like, I gotta get away from these people. Got my stuff. I threw it out the window and let them pick it up, put it in the car. Got it in there. Guess what was the first thing I actually did before I left town? I went to a beauty salon right down the road from where I was at and got a wig. Got a wig. It was a long blonde hair wig, and it had the hair that kind of sweeps, with the bangs that sweep across your forehead, and I thought it was really neat. All the mug shots I've had, they have my hair this color. They had it long when it was blonde and curly, because I had a perm. They had different mug shots, but all different hairstyles, but never have they seen me with long blonde hair, like straight and wispy bangs and all that stuff. Because before that, wore hats, and every time I did, somebody thought I looked like a dude or something. I actually had people tell me I looked like my dad when I was wearing a toboggan on my head and wearing sunglasses. Oh my god. Yeah, after I got the wig, I put it on, and they gave me a little brush to go with it, to brush it out and all that stuff, and told me how to take care of it. But of course that went through one ear and out the other, how to take care of it. I just wanted to get it and go. By the time everything was all said and done and I had to pay them people at that apartment and everything else, I pretty much didn't have much money left, and that was just to keep them quiet so I could be there, because I mean they could have turned me in at any minute, any time, and I think that's what they thought, that kind of stuff in their mind, that I knew they could have turned me in. That's why they was asking me for money all the time. But yeah, I got out of there. What the biggest thing is, when people go on the run, I'm not trying to encourage it whatsoever, because I really don't think anybody needs to do it. If you got time, just freaking go do it and do the time, because you're going to always look over your shoulder. You're always going to be having to put a hat on or something like that, or change your disguise or whatever, and it's really aggravating to have to do all that all the time. So I just encourage you not to run. I know that's easier said than done, and you don't want to go back to prison or jail, but I guess it depends on what the charge is. If you got a really bad charge, I don't know what to tell you now. I also encourage you not to stay somewhere that's not that far from home, from where you already were when you caught your charge. Whenever I left out of town, I went where? Right across the Tennessee line, which is not very far. Pretty much, actually, if you rode a bicycle, it wouldn't be that far. I'm not really sure how far that would be on a bike, but it's not far at all, I'm telling you. I stayed up that way for pretty much the whole time, except for one time when I had to go to Jackson, Tennessee, because I was having problems with my gallbladder, and they admitted me in the hospital, and I was really scared the whole time too. I was in the hospital. I was like, oh no, they're gonna find me. I'm in the hospital. Oh my god, they're gonna find me, because they check stuff like that. I mean, I'm sure you know that. I mean, they check hospitals, they check motels, especially motels. I've heard all about that in these videos that I watch all the time. They look for a lot of fugitives and everything in motels, hotels, whatever. And I mean, that's how they find them. They know they hide out in these motels and everything. Now, I don't know about everybody else, but the people that I've known, they never actually left out of state unless it was right across one of the lines, Alabama, Tennessee, Arkansas, whatever. But I guess because they had family, that was one of the main reasons why I never wanted to really get that far away, because I knew my daughter was around. I know at one time I actually wanted to take her with me because I wanted to see her, but that's selfish, you know. I know that now. I just wanted to be with her, and like, oh my gosh, I want my daughter to be with me, but I know now that that's selfish, and no, you don't need to do that. If you're on the run, find somebody. I mean, I know it might not be easy for some people, but if you got somebody to take care of your child, don't take your child on the run with you. Don't do it, because I mean, it's not just because of all the stuff you're going to be going through. It's also because that kid's not going to want to go through all that anyway. They're not going to want to be drug around everywhere you go. Try to think of something. Like, before I went on the run, I let my daughter go to a person's house that I actually knew for a long time, and I actually knew her sons and everything. I grew up with them, and I knew what was going to happen. So that's pretty much it. I knew what was in store, but when it all came to a screeching halt, somebody had turned me in, and I know who it was. I'm not going to say any names, but it was a person that, let's just say that it's somebody who actually got me sent off the third time I went down. Yeah. I mean, I knew they had popos and everything up there in Tennessee anyway, but that ain't how they caught me. I mean, I seen cops going down the road all the time, but I never covered my head up or nothing like that up there because I didn't think about it. Because, I mean, it was McNair County. They didn't really know me there or nothing like that. Of course, I'm sure they probably share information, though, like photos and stuff, but I didn't think about that either. all you think about is just going on the run, and you don't think about nothing else. But I just wanted to share my story about that because I thought that was really messed up, how I had that wig and had to wear toboggans all the time and just always constantly have to look over my shoulder. And it's something to actually think about. I mean, I'm not telling somebody what they need to do or whatever, but I do encourage you not to run if it's something really small that you're looking at. I mean, I actually thought I was going to get my 20 years back. They gave me 20 years. My original charge was 20 years. And I always had 20 years hanging on me every time. And they never gave me any leniency or whatever. They never give me that. They always sent me back down there. That's pretty much about it. I just wanted to talk about that, about the time I was on the run. Well, that's just one of the times. Hope you enjoyed. I know it's not really much. Next video though, I really want y'all to watch that next video because it's got a lot of meaning. It's going to be about the worst time that I ever had in prison. It's the worst experience I had there. It was the third time also. But thank you for watching, and I hope everybody enjoyed. Hit that like button and please subscribe if you haven't already. One thing that I forgot out of all things, like the major thing that I had to go through also whenever I was on the run, I had major withdrawals. I was about to literally give up because I was on the run. You know, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, what do I have left? I mean, I was actually getting depressed and everything. I actually thought about giving up and everything because I was so sick and didn't have my medications, especially the medicine I have to take all the time. I already have panic disorder and all that. You know, I'm like just a nervous wreck. So many things to think about, you know, whenever you're on the run. It's just a lot of things that you don't realize that you're actually going through. You're pretty much already in jail. Yeah, some people have made comments on other people's videos saying, well, actually you're not in prison or jail. You're out in the free world. You can actually go get something if you need it. No, you can't. Not if you don't have money and you have no way to get nowhere. No, you can't. And if you're trying to hide, I mean, are you going to go that far into doing that? That's something to think about. Anything in this video that might ring a bell on something that you've experienced, comment below. But thank you for watching, and I hope everybody enjoyed.